MetalGarurumon. He's one of my favorite Digimon, and definitely a good doggo boy. So over the sets, MetalGarurumon has mostly been blue, as you can see, but there is a little bit of hints of black and purple in here. So why don't we go check it out? We're starting off with the starter deck MetalGarurumon. He's 12 to play, but he costs 40 to Digivolve, and he has 12,000 DP. He says, when attacking once per turn, unsuspend this Digimon. So that's pretty powerful. Being able to just unsuspend and then swing again for another attack, that's just really good. Or if you're feeling spicy, you could swing with MetalGarurumon, he unsuspends, and then Digivolve straight into Omnimon and have Omnimon that can attack. This is a pretty decent MetalGarurumon. Being able to just unsuspend once per turn is really nice, and just being able to attack twice per turn, it's really solid. Starter deck Garurumon is a pretty good Garurumon. So here we have BT1 MetalGarurumon. He costs 12 to play, 3 to Digivolve, and he also has 11k DP. So he says, when attacking, play one level 4 or lower Digivolution card under this Digimon as another Digimon without paying its memory cost. So he's able to make your board go wider. He also combos with a Garurumon that has an on-play effect that unsuspends a Digimon. He's a pretty solid guy. Being able to just make your board go wide just by attacking is pretty solid. But of course, you do have limited resources. The ability can definitely pop off in X Antibody though. So, you know, BT1 MetalGarurumon was pretty dang solid. Here's his alternate art. Looks really cool. They did a really good job on these alties. So next we have purple MetalGarurumon. He's a pretty interesting Digimon. So he costs 12 to play, 3 to Digivolve. He also has 11k DP, which is what every MetalGarurumon has had thus far. And he says, when attacking, you may play one purple level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. Any on-play effects on Digimon played by this effect don't activate. So, you know, this card also helps build your board a little wider, but not being able to get those on-play effects can be a little hindrance. A lot of cards nowadays don't really do that. They let you have those on-play effects. However, it's still a really great option to have in a purple deck. But if you are going to go purple, Crest Garurumon's probably the way to go. This artwork is just solid. Nice classic Digimon artwork. So far, I'd say this is the weakest of all of them, but it's still a pretty good card because you're playing from the trash, and the limit of the sources in your trash is just the limit to how many sources you can get in your trash. So we have a promo MetalGarurumon, and he's also purple, so he costs 11 to play, 3 to Digivolve. He also has 11k. He has a Digiburst effect. It costs 2, and it says use a purple option card with a memory cost of 7 or less in your hand without paying its memory cost. So another solid MetalGarurumon card. MetalGarurumon has a pretty good track record of being in good decks and having just interesting and good effects. Being able to just play a 7-cost option card for free is really solid. There's a lot of great purple option cards in the game. And he can also just fit right into like a Beelstar deck. So yeah, Promo MetalGarurumon is an interesting card and something that is still worth checking out and playing with. Artwork is really cool. Check him out. Man, he's just a cool Digimon. Next, we have MetalGarurumon from BT5. This one's pretty weak too. But he says, when Digivolving, if a Digimon card with Garurumon is in Digimon's Digivolution cards, return one of your opponent's Digimon with an on-deletion effect to the bottom of its owner's deck and trash all the Digivolution cards. So, you know, this card's okay. I mean, paying 3 to just bottom deck a Digimon that has an on-deletion effect, it's actually not that bad because you can bottom deck anything. It just needs to have that on-deletion effect. And being able to just negate an on-deletion effect is pretty nice. However, this card is super situational, and unless you're actually fighting a deck that has good on-deletion effects, you're not going to really want to waste your Mega slot on something like that. He also has an inheritance that says, when attacking once per turn, gain 1 memory. So it's not like he's expected to be one of your main attackers or even one of your main boss cards. He's just there to help buff your stack. MetalGarurumon BT5 was okay. But it wasn't the only MetalGarurumon we got in BT5. MetalGarurumon has a black variant in BT5 as well. So it's an 11 cost, 3 to Digivolve, 11k DP. He has Reboot, and then when Digivolving, Digiburst 2. And it says, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 6 or less. If no Digimon were deleted by this effect, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So we got a black MetalGarurumon, which is really cool. This card looks awesome. I love the artwork, and I love how dynamic it feels. You can see War Greymon right there. They're just fighting each other. Really, really cool. You know, its effect isn't terrible. Being able to Digivolve and Digiburst to delete a Digimon with 6 play costs or less. You know, that's alright. But being able to just trash the top card of your opponent's security stack, that's really good. However, still kind of situational. You have to rely on your opponent not having a Digimon with a play cost of 6 or less. And you have to be able to have the sources under him to be able to even activate Digiburst. Also, it only activates when Digivolving, so after that, he's just a big 11k with Reboot, and that's really it. So this card has a really nifty and cool effect. It's just not very good. It has really cool art, though. And man, do I love that art. So next we have MetalGarurumon from EX1 Classic Collection. So he also has a 11 play cost, 4 to Digivolve, and he has 12k, so it's pretty strong for MetalGarurumon. And he says, when Digivolving, gain 1 memory for every 4 cards in your hand. And then, when attacking, if you have 8 or more cards in your hand, and a Tamer in play, return one of your opponent's Digimon with an on-deletion effect to the bottom of the opponent's deck. Trash all the sources. So this card's pretty solid. Being able to potentially Digivolve for free is really good. You can throw this guy into an X antibody and just help extend your stacks just a little bit more. You'll be drawing a lot in X antibody, but also just in general, Digimon draws a lot, and this blue in general draws a lot. So once you get this guy out, you're gonna have at least 4 cards in your hand, so he's gonna cost at least 3 to Digivolve. I'd say it's a pretty solid card. Its second effect is pretty lackluster though. However, it's a one attacking effect, so you can just activate it multiple times whenever you can attack with him, and that's pretty sick. I like this card, and I think it's pretty good. Here's his alternate art, which looks really freaking awesome. They did the alternate arts really well in Classic Collection. Just beautiful card. So here's our second promo. You can pull this card in BT7. So he is 11 to play, 3 to Digivolve. He has 11k DP. And he says, when Digivolving, if you have a Tamer in play, draw 2 cards. Then during your opponent's turn, this Digimon can't be attacked. So, you know, it's kind of decent. Being able to draw 2 cards is nifty, but you have to have a Tamer in play. And then him not being able to be attacked into is alright. But I don't think those effects really justify on a level 6, as well as just a boss character like MetalGarurumon. Look at this art. This art is awesome. And then he has these effects, which is just kind of so boring and lackluster. We've already seen better MetalGarurumon, and this isn't even like one of the okay-ish ones. This might actually just be the worst MetalGarurumon. It's a shame. It's a really cool card. I love the artwork. Texturing is really nice too. And last but not least, we have MetalGarurumon X Antibody. He's 12 to play, 4 to Digivolve, 12k DP. However, he also has an alternate black bar Digivolution, where you can pay 1 to Digivolve onto MetalGarurumon. And then he says, when Digivolving, unsuspend this Digimon, and it gains blocker until the end of your opponent's next turn. He also says, your turn once per turn. When this Digimon becomes unsuspended, if it has MetalGarurumon or X Antibody in its Digivolution cards, return all of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level to the owner's hand. So this is just a great card. He unsuspends himself, he gives himself blocker, he bounces Digimon to the opponent's hand, and he can Digivolve onto a MetalGarurumon for 1 cost. X Antibody treated MetalGarurumon really, really well. And you know what? I think this is the best MetalGarurumon that there has been yet. It has an OTK deck. It was top tier in BT9. It's still really good in BT10, and it's going to be really good in EX3 still. So yeah, I think this is the best MetalGarurumon. Looks really cool. Got some really, really nice artwork. I don't have his alternate art, unfortunately. Not yet, at least. But we'll get it one day. So, MetalGarurumon, what do you think? Do you think he's just as cool as ever? I think so. I think he's a really great Digimon in the card game. X Antibody is one of my favorite decks. Back in the day, you could build a Omnimon type rush deck, and blue was the best version of it, and MetalGarurumon was, of course, a part of that. So why don't we take a look at some cards that kind of relate to the archetype, or can maybe spice up your deck just a little bit. So for blue cards, we have a baby Sunamon here from BT5. He says, your turn. When this Digimon has Garurumon or Omnimon in its name, it gets plus 1000 DP. So he just buffs your stack and makes your guys a little stronger. MetalGarurumon isn't the strongest Digimon, so even having that extra plus 1000 DP can make all the difference. It's a pretty good baby. So here we have Gabumon, also from BT5. So he has an on-play effect that says, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Digimon card with Garurumon in its name, and 1 Digimon card with Omnimon in its name, among them, to your hand, and you place the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. So we just search out your pieces. Really nice to be able to get Garurumon and an Omnimon card. It's always a bonus when a card lets you search out for 2 cards instead of just 1. And Gabumon is a really solid card for that. So here's another Gabumon. And this is from the Old Force Vidramon starter deck. So he has an all turns inheritance that says, while you have 8 or more cards in your hand, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. So again, it just buffs your stack, and you definitely want to have that extra DP, just in case you find your opponent playing some big bad boys. I mean, again, MetalGarurumon usually just has 11k, and that really isn't enough to deal with some of the bigger guys out in the meta right now. So here's Gabumon X Antibody. He can Digivolve onto any Gabumon for 0 memory. He has an on-play and when Digivolving effect that says, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Garurumon or Omnimon in its name and 1 X Antibody to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck. So let you search your pieces. Again, you get 2 cards out of this. You get 1 Garurumon or 1 Omnimon, and you get X Antibody, which is pretty solid for the X Antibody archetype. Solid rookie. If you're going to go X Antibody, you really need this card. So here's Garurumon from BT1. This guy combos with MetalGarurumon from BT1 as well. He has an on-play effect that says unsuspend one of your Digimon. So when you swing with this guy and you play him from your stack, then you can unsuspend your MetalGarurumon and be able to attack with him again. So he had a nice role back in MetalGarurumon days where you could run like 1 or 2 of him, maybe 3, and just get that combo off where you can get multiple swings off with MetalGarurumon. So yeah, he's a pretty cool card, something to look at. So here we have Garurumon from BT5, and he has a when Digivolving effect that says, if the Digimon has Gabumon in its Digivolution cards, gain 1 memory. So he essentially just costs 1. He also has an inheritance that says, all turns, while this Digimon has Garurumon or Omnimon in its name, it gets plus 1000 DP. So it's a pretty solid piece to your stack. He basically costs 1 Digivolve, and then he gives your guy 1000 DP. Pretty solid card. Pretty solid card. Next we have Garurumon X Antibody. So he can Digivolve onto any Garurumon for 0 memory, and then he has a really cool inheritance that says, all turns. When this Digimon has Garurumon or Omnimon in its name and will be deleted by battle, you may trash 2 cards of the same level in this Digimon's Digivolution cards to prevent that deletion. So in a way, he gives you pseudo jamming and would save your Digimon just about any time it would die in battle. Really solid card, and you could probably honestly just throw this into any Garurumon deck and have it as a solid little tech. So next we have Promo Garurumon, and he has a really great inheritance that says, when attacking, if this Digimon has Garurumon in its name, trigger, draw 1 card. So he just lets your stack draw cards. It's really nice. It helps accelerate your draw power. This is definitely a card you probably want to have in your Garurumon deck. And then we have these 2 WereGarurumons. One's from the starter deck, and one is a promo. So let's look at the starter deck real quick. He has an inheritance that says, while your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards, this Digimon gains security attack plus 1. So this is just budget Promo Garurumon is what I like to say. So he's just a vanilla, but he allows you to give your MetalGarurumon security plus 1, which can be really handy and really powerful. And you're only going to use this card if you don't have any of this one to use. This one's just super better. It's honestly this card but on crack. So he says, when attacking, once per turn, if this Digimon has a Garurumon Digivolution card, unsuspend this Digimon. So he gets to unsuspend himself and go for more attacks. Then his inheritance says, all turns, while you have 8 or more cards in your hand, this Digimon gains security attack plus 1. So it's just a much better buff for your MetalGarurumon. It lets you continue your chain, your stack, by swinging multiple times with just 1 card, Digivolving, and doing all the crazy wacky stuff that you normally would do with MetalGarurumon and Blue. And next we have WereGarurumon X Antibody. He can Digivolve onto any WereGarurumon. He says, when Digivolving, unsuspend this Digimon. Then, if WereGarurumon or X Antibodies in his Digimon's Digivolution cards, return one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon to the owner's hand. So, you can swing twice with him, then Digivolve into him, and he'll unsuspend himself, so then you can swing again for a 3rd time. Some nice combos where you could attack with this card, and while you're attacking, Digivolve into him, he unsuspends himself, and then he's still attacking as WereGarurumon X Antibody with the security attack plus 1. Really solid card, and one of the best WereGarurumons we have so far. And just being a card that says unsuspend when Digivolving is just really, really good. So that's all the blue stuff. Let's take a look at purple. So purple has 2 babies that are actually pretty useful with MetalGarurumon. First we have Sunamon from BT6. He says, your turn once per turn. When you would trash a card from your hand using one of your effects, trigger, draw 1 card. And with purple, you do trash a lot, so being able to just draw a card just because you trash something is pretty nice. This is more like a one of, because you're probably going to want to run 4 of the Demimiromons. Demimiron has an on-deletion effect that says trigger, draw 1 card, then you trash 1 card. It's really good. A lot of purple cards have an on-deletion effect. And being able to have that with your baby on any stack, it's just really, really nice. Here we have Gabumon from BT2. He has an inheritance that says, on deletion, trigger, draw 2, then trash 1 card from your hand. So yeah, again, purple just likes to trash stuff and draw stuff. Purple just likes to trash things when they die, and they can all kind of combo together like that. He's a pretty solid piece to your stack. if you're going into purple. So here's another Gabumon. He's from the starter deck, the purple starter deck. He has a one attacking effect that says trigger, draw one card, and then trash one card. So he's really good at drawing cards, get stuff in your hands, basically having all the resources you need in 2 different piles. He's a really good card, and you should definitely be checking him out if you're going purple. Then here's Garurumon, who's also purple from the starter deck. He says one attacking, trigger, draw one, then you trash one card. So just another Gabumon effect. You don't really need it because having his effect in Rookie is really nice. And stacking these kinds of effects might not be the best thing, but I mean, it's still pretty solid card, and you should definitely check it out. He also costs 4 to play, so it's really good. So here's Garurumon from BT2. He has an inheritance that says, your turn once per turn. When one of your other Digimon is deleted, gain 1 memory. So purple also likes to do self-sacrificing, and being able to just get a benefit from deleting one of your own Digimon is pretty solid. Yeah, so it's a pretty decent card. I don't really have much else to say about that. So here's Garurumon from BT2 as well. He says, when attacking once per turn, you may delete one of your other Digimon to unsuspend this Digimon. So as you can see, they combo with each other. You have your MetalGarurumon out, you swing with him. Then you can delete one of your other Digimon to unsuspend him, and then when you do that, you gain a memory. And it all just combos together. And then with your MetalGarurumon, you can play a Digimon from your trash. It all combos together, and I mean, it's not bad. It's a little gimmicky, but it's still fun. I think it's still cool to look at. And he's got the freaking full moon behind him, which is really cool. And then here's Garurumon from the starter deck as well. He says, your turn. While you have 5 or more cards in your trash, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP. So just a nice little buff for your stack. Nothing too exciting about it. Nothing too incredible about it. But still a pretty decent card all around. So here's a couple Garurumon Sagittarius modes, which are pretty interesting. So this guy can Digivolve for 3 onto a level 4, or you can pay 1 to Digivolve onto a level 5. Just kind of like Digivolving onto a Garurumon. But you have far more freedom than like anybody would have. He says, your turn. While you have a Digimon card with Garurumon in its name and this Digimon's Digivolution cards, this Digimon gains jamming. So, that's pretty solid. And then his inheritance says, while this Digimon has Garurumon or Omnimon in its name, it gets plus 2000 DP. So, it's a decent buff, and you can also just get jamming and have some cheeky little swings early in game. We also have this Sagittarius mode, Promo. He can Digivolve onto Garurumon for 0. So he says the name of this card / Digimon is also treated as Garurumon. And then he says, when Digivolving, if you have a Tamer in play, return 2 of your opponent's level 3 Digimon cards to the owner's hand. So I think it's a pretty solid card. Being able to just Digivolve for free and get a free draw is really nice. And then also he's treated as a Garurumon, so you can Digivolve your Garurumon X antibody on top of him too. And you can just bounce level 3s, which can be really nice. He also has an inheritance that says all turns when this Digimon has Garurumon or Omnimon in its name and would be deleted in battle, you may trash 2 cards with the same level as in this Digimon's Digivolution cards to prevent the deletion. So it's exactly the same as Garurumon X Antibody. So it's a pretty handy card. I also wanted to check out Crest Garurumon, because if you're going to run purple, you might as well be running Crest Garurumon. So he's 12 to play, 4 to Digivolve. He has 12k DP. He has Security Tech +1, which is pretty nice. Then he has a main Digiburst 2. It says, play 1 purple level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. So with Security Tech +1, he's able to get those extra checks in. And then you're able to play Digimon from your trash. Say you have this guy in your stack. You can, when you're swinging with him, you can delete one of your guys to unsuspend him. And then you can use his other effect to bring a Digimon back from your trash that you deleted. So, pretty nifty, pretty solid. However, you do need to have sources in order to do that. So it's still limited in what you can do. And as of right now, he unfortunately does not fit with an X antibodies. So it's not like you have a big stack under him. But still, I wanted to show you in case you wanted to go the full purple route. Because Crest Garurumon is still a pretty cool card. And then we have Omnimon. And there's really just 2 Omnimons Garurumon cares about. BT1 Omnimon is old school. We don't care about him. He's old news. So first we have Omnimon from BT5. He has 1 Digivolving Blitz and then 1 Digivolving Unsuspend him. And then all turns. If an opponent's Digimon would delete this Digimon or return to its owner's hand or deck, you may prevent it from leaving play by trashing a level 6 Digimon card in its Digimon's Digivolution sources. So Omnimon's really here to just close out games. You Digivolve into him, you blitz, you swing, you win games. That's really all he's here for. And I'm throwing him out here because obviously Garurumon has a lot of buffing and synergy with Omnimon, and well, there wouldn't be an Omnimon without MetalGarurumon, right? And next we have Omnimon X Antibody from BT10. And for X Antibody, it's actually a pretty solid card to throw into your deck. He has 16k DP, which is really, he's a thick boy. He also costs 16 to play and 7 to Digivolve. However, he has a black Digivolution bar that says 3 onto an Omnimon. So this card's been errated. And it's supposed to say, when this Digimon Digivolves into a Digimon with X Antibody in its sources, reduce it by 2. So when this Digimon Digivolves into a Digimon with X Antibody, the option card, in its actual sources, you can reduce the Digivolution cost by 2. So it also says, when Digivolving, return all of your opponent's Digimon with the highest play cost to the bottom of its owner's deck. And then he says, when Digivolving, when attacking, once per turn. By placing X Antibody or level 6 card from this Digimon's Digivolution cards at the bottom of its owner's deck, reveal all of your opponent's security cards and trash one of them. Place the rest of your opponent's security stack face down, then your opponent shuffles the security stack. So let's just delete your opponent's security. Say they have one left, you swing with him, you could trash X Antibody or MetalGarurumon from him. Or not, you're trashing, you're putting it under your deck, and you trash their last security, and then you win the game. So yeah, he's just really there for helping you just finish off the game. So MetalGarurumon is pretty freaking awesome. So MetalGarurumon's had a pretty good track record in the Digimon card game. He's had some top tier decks, he's had some pretty good decks, and some really interesting and gimmicky decks. He kind of has been around the block a few times. The future of Garurumon is only looking more brighter and more exciting. Would love to see a yellow MetalGarurumon. I would love to see a red MetalGarurumon in the future. It'd be pretty interesting. I'd say this is my favorite MetalGarurumon card that I have so far. I'm only missing 4 MetalGarurumon cards. I'm missing MetalGarurumon from BT2's alternate art. I'm missing the X Antibodies alternate art. And then this guy has a few alternate arts from some tournaments. And that's it. I'm just missing 4. Until, of course, you know, the inevitable future of MetalGarurumon. So that's MetalGarurumon, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!